Hello and welcome to another episode of Lane by Lane, a show where the best casting talent in North America comes together. Who am I kidding? I couldn't get the best North American casting talent out here, but I did get Aiden Zyrene Moon, David Freak Turley, and Isaac Gazelle Cummings Bentley. Gentlemen, how are we doing today? Those of you on the B tier of the caster tier list.
I think B tier.
I'm okay with B tier.
Hang out with double lift.
Oh, so much salt. There's so much salt. Anyway, gentlemen, let's dive right into it. We got 3 big questions today. I hope you're ready. Zyrene was the winner of last week's episode, so I'm going to give him the first question. Now, you have to ask one champion out on a date. Who is it, and how do you do it? Ready, go.
I asked Sona out.
Okay.
Because reasons. Everybody knows.
yeah.
And I don't know. I've always
How do you ask her out? And also, how do you know if she says yes when she doesn't talk?
I can just tell, man. Like,
okay.
You can just tell.
Got that
You don't need that response. But at the same time, I would write her a song.
There you have it.
I would write her a song. I would dance on top of it.
Can you give me the first? How's the melody? How does it go?
It would go, hey, Sona, I want you and all those, songs that you write. Oh, let's go.
I love it. I love it. Zyrene's writing a song for his boo, Azael. Who are you going to ask out and how you doing it?
All right, well, I'm going to ask out Cho'Gath, the gentleman Cho'Gath. He's a classy dude,
you
gotta bring him. He's always hungry, so you gotta lay out a big feast for him. Gotta bring him some nice cigars, some scotch, Treat him right. Take him out for a nice.
You're making me
romantic,
swoon, Azael.
Yeah, I mean, you could join.
You take me out on the
party. Three's the party, Dash. You're invited.
A little bit of Cho'Gath,
sit by the fire, sip some whiskey, smoke cigars.
Oh, wow.
Eat some good food.
What a relaxing
Sounds like a good evening.
That sounds fantastic. That was almost too easy for Azael. Freak, you're next up. You got about like 138 other champions.
All right,
choose from. Who do you take?
We're clearly not doing it on romantic interest, so I'm going to go with Pugma then and have a nice Pugma's adorable.
It's
perfect great.
Pair.
He's all cuddly. He's got those nice soft ears. You pet him on the back of the head.
Just so you're aware, this is my least favorite skit in the game, quite possibly.
But unlike Pima, who gave you points for it, Dash, so you know a good answer when you see one. You're aware of this one.
What does a date with Pugma look like?
I mean, all right, we're gonna take him out to the dog park, right? If he's got that voracious appetite, if he's always hungry, it's like, that's fine. You can go eat some other of these dogs. Actually, tell you what, let's take a step back. Take him to a cat park. Find him some cats to eat.
Ooh.
Remove the inferior animals off the planet, Keep the dogs around because they're really cute elsewhere.
Got a little dark all of a sudden.
Yeah. I mean, look, we know he has an insatiable appetite, so we're gonna put him somewhere where that's actually useful. Let him clean up a landfill if he wants to, like whatever he's about, right? It doesn't really matter. He can digest it all. Just maybe do some good for the environment as a result.
I like where
everybody. He's a good boy. We're in a good spot.
I like where everybody went with this. We started in a somewhat normal place, but we chose someone who is a mute, doesn't speak. Then we went to some otherworldly creature, and then to bestiality of some kind.
Not bestiality.
No, it's great.
It stopped being romantic with his answer.
Freak, I'm trying to move on to the next question.
It's a safe place, Freak. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Don't even worry about it. Next question: which NA LCS pro is going to have the most deaths by the end of the split? Don't go easy on these pros, all right? Azalea, you're gonna kick us off here.
Ooh, the most deaths by the end of the split. Man, I gotta say Matt. I think Matt is dying a lot in the bot lane.
He's getting benched half the time. How's he gonna die that much?
I don't know.
Don't underestimate every game.
Yeah, exactly. Don't underestimate the power of their 2v2 bot lane. These guys die in all kinds of circumstances. They're trying to go so hard. Piglet thinks that they're the best bot lane in the league, if not the world, it seems like, and they're always dying in 2v2s, it seems like. They never have vision out on the map. Liquid loses so much that the support's always going to be face checking, always going to be dying when they're looking to set up vision around objectives. I think Liquid is struggling, and Matt's going to die a lot.
Overconfidence from a team that isn't performing very well is going to make for many, 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 many deaths. Freak, you're up next. Who's dying the most this split?
Wild Turtle.
All right.
Unlike Matt, he's going to get to start every game, so there's more games to go across. Maybe Matt wins deaths per game. I don't care. He said deaths in the split. Wild Turtle's already the death leader in his role. He goes hyper aggro, and that's great. It's fun to watch, but he's clearly going to die a whole lot. BlackQuest is sitting in, what, like 8th place right now, or 7th or something, so they're not doing
very
well, right?
Back.
Some more
Turtles
0-2 weekend's going to come up for them pretty soon. I mean, look, it's all in the name. Exactly what's going to happen. Hai's going to call over-aggressive, and
he's the Wild Turtle.
Going to flash forward and die.
Wild Turtles, they die.
Wild.
There's one thing I know about Wild Turtles. Zyrene, you're up next.
Is that what you know about Wild Turtle?
No, sorry. I got you. Two things kind of ran together.
I'm going to pick Lemonation, the support of FlyQuest.
Okay.
Because Lemonation's not a quitter. He's had times that he could quit over and over again. The guy's getting to that age. He's pretty old, but he's constantly coming back, constantly dying, constantly losing his team the game. He's going to be next to Wild Turtle. He's going to take the bullet for him. So Wild Turtle's not going to have it there. And then up against Matt, he's going to face check Matt, do the job for him. He's going to help him out there.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna give Edo just won Evo. He's 32.
Good point. Here's the thing. I'm going to give Freak 100 points because you just admitted that Wild Turtle will make every attempt to die the most, but instead Lemonation's going to take the bullet. So I'll give you a couple hundred points as well for that teamwork. The duo bot lane of FlyQuest making their case for most deaths on the North American LCS. Moving on to our third and final question. This is a thinker. You're in a 1v1 tournament where you start at level 18 and you have unlimited gold. Who do you pick? Freak, you get to kick us off here, I think.
Tristana. Tristana has the highest range. She has incredibly high damage output. I don't think anyone can actually 1v1 her very easily.
Okay.
I think if you get unlimited gold on a marksman, you can lifesteal tank any tank. She has the cutting tools to kite away any fighter. You can buy enough armor to withstand any assassins all in, right? You bring a Guardian Angel, you're going to beat Zed on the extended 1v1, and you'll lifesteal tank the wave when he's not killing you. If we're doing standard one-on-one rules, which is go down mid lane, first 100 CS, first to first blood, Tristana can win by all three of those metrics, so you have to all in her at some point before she wins the game outright, and she's going to outstat you, so you got nothing.
Oh, there you have it. That was a very, very concise and very effective argument there. Zyrene, we're moving on to you. He's picked up Tristana. Who are you using to either beat her or beat everybody? What do you got?
I'm going to go with Veigar.
Ooh.
I feel like when you have enough gold and you have enough time and you have enough stats, we one-shot anybody in the game.
Yeah, so enough time to happen. You're spawning at level 18.
Again.
There's
doesn't
no stat
matter, man. You're just going to keep throwing out the E, just farm it, doesn't matter. They can't do much to you at that point. Throw down the baby cage, they're going to baby rage, and then you're going to be able to just throw the R, and they're just going to die.
That's I mean, it's tough, right, Freak? Because you would like to think
I buy Q as a small, rock jump, you
situation where somebody blind picks the Galio into the Veigar, maybe the Veigar loses, right? Simply because I can build against it. But in the 1v1 scenario, you are blind picking. So Veigar being able to come out and one-shot from level 18 off the get-go, pretty much 95% of the characters in League. I'm going to give you a couple hundred points for that. Now, Azael, you're up. You got to finish strong here. 1,100 points.
I think Malzahar at level 18 with full items is almost impossible to 1v1. If you even get in range, I don't care if you have a QSS. The damage keeps going through from the ultimate. A full combo is going to kill someone from 100 to 0. If you try to chase after this character, you just drop Voidlings, you run away.
Voidlings die in one shot now.
By a Hurricane, it's free.
This character is I think, so ridiculous in the 1v1. Like, you can go Zonias, your Voidlings, your E are still doing damage. You can get a G on Malzahar if you want. Like, this character, I think, is actually almost unbeatable in a 1v1. No assassin has a chance because, I think, of the ultimate and the power. I think tanks, he can shred them. I think 80 carries, he has the ability to win a lot of these fights as well, simply because his passive is actually going to be so powerful in the 1v1 and at level 18 that, like, immunity to the damage from the first shot is going to be so important.
Okay, so now we have Malzahar, Tristana, and Veigar. Who wins out of those three?
I win. I win. I buy Ma and Scimitar.
I mean, I kind of figured everyone would say I win.
I break out the stun. I can lifesteal tank between waves. Like, we're gonna go Gunblade to lifesteal tank. If you don't one-shot me, I'm back to full health pushing you.
It's gonna be very tough. He has the option to build Maws against
I don't think you can even come near a Malzahar. You just
How am I not gonna? I outrange you.
If you're fighting, if you're just EQing the wave.
I want to get Zyrene in here. Let's hear it. What do you got?
We all lose because we didn't pick Riven. We didn't pick the animation canceling Riven. Fiora's gonna crush all of us anyway. What's the point? We're not playing these hyper-scaling champions for Stana. It doesn't matter.
What is the
it's
point,
gonna be like you just get right in
What is the point even
I see how
in
it is.
trying?
I see how it is.
I mean, Zyrene's given up, so as we come down to the final two, I'm gonna ask you guys one more question, and this is just for fun.
Okay.
All right. The finals of North America. How many games does it go, and who's in it? Between just
TSM and CLG, it's going to go, I think, 5 games, and TSM's going to win.
All right.
TSM Immortals.
Why is TSM going to beat CLG?
TSM gets to the finals almost every single time. They've been in the finals so many times in a row. You know they're going to make it. I think that CLG has actually improved so much. Although Dardoch hasn't been playing as well, I still have confidence that he can perform. This team is looking better than they have in such a long time. And when you take into consideration how clutch these guys are with Aframu and 6A, you know, CLG turned in the best international performance ever, I think, at MSI for North America. And these are guys who can perform in the prime time on the biggest stage. And I think that they have an ability to compete with TSM, but I still think that TSM at their best is just one step ahead.
Freak, he's going with TSM, CLG. We've seen that many times before. What's the likelihood we get something different here?
I mean, I agree that TSM is in there. I think that's fair to say. They've made literally every single final. They're in first place right now. Sure, that's in there. Immortals is the other team, though. Unlike your CLG love. Yeah, so CLG is a top 4 team, and that's great, but we just saw them lose to Team Dignitas. We know they're not quite that immaculate. They dropped out of their alone first place spot. We just saw Immortals pick up some wins. They knocked down, what was it, Cloud9 very recently. Immortals is super, super strong. Olay is the best support in the league. Cody Sun's doing pretty well for himself. Babelch is having one of his very best splits as well. We've seen Xmithy. Flame seems back on point as well. You've seen some of those like sick 1v3s under turrets. Like this entire team is playing on a very, very, very high level. I think the coordination is there. Xmithy's won a couple of splits.
Remind me how Immortals did last 2 times in playoffs?
Yeah, sure. When they had an entirely different lineup.
How'd they do in the semifinals? I think all I can remember something, was it Illusion top? I think
well, I mean, yeah, we can all quote history as well, and you know that's
do you
fine.
remember how they did?
I don't know.
I can't quite remember.
Yeah, but Xmithy's actually won the LCS. You've actually got people on the roster who have made it all the way before, so this is going to actually happen. You're not a bunch of people who.
Oh, you mean the guy from CLG who got?
Oh my God, this is so close.
Yeah, who won a couple of splits with them? They won 2 titles. Who's against TSM, so you can do it again.
Who's winning this argument, Zyrene?
I feel like Freak's winning it because Azael is bringing up stuff from like the way past, like Immortals when they had a Huni and a completely different roster, and he's saying that the members of Immortals, like Xmithy and Pobelter, are really CLG members when he's voting for CLG. It doesn't help his argument.
There you have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with Zyrene being the tiebreak, Freak will be the winner after a very close 2-horse race. You pulled yourself out of it, Zyrene. Well, what's the point? Why are we even trying with our 3 1v1 champions that we so confidently picked? Freak as the victor. What would you like to say here?
I would like to say that I think this was an unfair format. I think we got, what, a 4th question in there or something?
We did.
And I still won. I had the lead after 3, then he said, no, Azael's going to whine and complain and try to get one more round, and I still beat him. Zyrene, props for playing fair and understanding that I won fair and square, giving me the edge at the end.
Oh, my
props
goodness.
To you for being an awesome
He's almost making me want to take it away.
You can still take it away. I can still win here, Dash. You have the power.
I'm the best.
You can make
I deserve this. The border is there. MVP, David Freak.
The victor slot.
That's bullshit.
Azael, as the co-victor, what would you like to say?
It's his time to talk.
Let's go. 100% win rate on the show so far.
Yeah, that's an unfair win rate.
I love it.
That's some elo boosting crap right there.
All right, gentlemen, that was one of the most fun episodes I've ever been a part of. Thank you so much for making it happen for me. Those of you at home, if you enjoyed it as well, use that hashtag LanexLane on Twitter, Reddit, whatever it is. Make sure you're at us with questions or comments, whatever it is you want us to talk about in future episodes. For now, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for making me laugh. And for you at home, we'll see you next week. Good night.
No matter what, Freak can't win.
I know.
I did win. This was the one right here.
Freak did kind of crush it there. But in all reality, I mean, come on.
I can't make it easy.